Hi guys and girls, welcome to your face reading channel. This is Nitesh and today I'll again be sharing with you some of the amazing face reading insights from the picture of Kim Jong Un, who is a North Korean leader, like the supreme leader as of now. And because the battery of the camera is only 15%, I'm going to straight away take to you to the magic board to uncover face reading on 6 of the parameters that I have listed, as you could see on the magic board. So here is the picture of North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un, and definitely he is notoriously famous in the world for wrong deeds. And today in this particular picture we are going to reflect some of the key components of how the nurturing that a person has received in the past can be reflected on the face, the kind of situations that he or she may have gone through. It's all on the face. Face is a beautiful reflection of how you have lived your life in your past, what may have been the situations responsible to make the current face that you have right now. And it's a beautiful feature of how you can relish your true inner self through the outer design by seeing your face. So let's deep dive into the magic board to uncover some of the learnings of face reading from his face and see what are the things that are there in you, what are the things that you can improve on by changing a certain set of lifestyle maybe. So yes, that's how we are going to progress in this video. So let me just go deep dive into his face, and I have written in these 6 parameters. The very first learning that you can have, and as face reading is something that we can learn together, I'm sharing the insights that I have basis on my experiences with my clients and also some of the face reading books that I have gone through, right? So if I zoom in the picture, the very first thing that I want you to focus on is the eyebrow patterns. And here if you see, the eyebrow patterns are quite straight in nature, right? These are quite straight eyebrows. So wherever there is straight features on the face, be it your chin, be it your eyebrows, they kind of reflect a certain value that you place in logic into your life, a certain sense of practicality that you believe in, right? And because eyebrows very much reflect the thinking patterns that a person has. Here if you see the straighter set of eyebrows, when there is a straighter set of eyebrows, it imposes in factor that you tend to be thinking more towards the side of a logical oriented approach or a practical centric approach rather than an emotionally filled or a creative approach for that matter, right? So wherever you see that there is features that are straight on the face, it inadvertently means that it emphasizes how much a person can value a logic-centric approach. And because he's also the leader of the country, which is not pretty famous for its deeds, any leader for that matter do require to be logic in their approach, but it is not necessarily that you need to only see the eyebrow shape. You have to see the holistic view of the complete face to decipher what an individual feature or what an individual's life is for a small period that you have seen. But it is definitely one of the factors that reflects how much logic can be an important parameter. So if you want to approach things with people bearing this set of eyebrows make sure that you have facts and figures in place, and you have the findings in place, because people with these traits can or may like to have more of figures and facts to get you in right place, right? So the eyebrow shape is more straighter here. The Shen reflection, if you have been watching my channel for a long period, I've always talked about Shen because that is one of the most important components in my readings. Shen is nothing but the light of the eyes, and it's like a natural feel of what you get when you observe the person's eye, and here you'll get a new discovery, right? So Shen is the light of the eyes. When you look at the eyes, what is the light in it? Imagine eyes to be like a candle and there is a flame that is burning. So if it's a very natural and light that emits out of it is something that feels positive, then that means the current emotional state is good. But when you observe his light of the eyes, and if I zoom in the picture, you tend to automatically feel somewhere that the eyes are not littered enough. It's kind of a reflection of a dead Shen, right? A dead Shen means when the light is dull into your eyes and it is covered by a certain set of false behaviors or not so moralistic behaviors. You'll observe the dead Shen trait in quite a lot of criminals because they do go outside of morality, right? So when you observe his face here, and especially the part of the eyes, if I just zoom in a little bit more, you don't feel that natural sense of emission of light for that matter. And that is one of the things that reflects how a person can go out of morality and do things which is not good for themselves in their work or in their personal life. And a dead Shen is very much a reflection that you need to make changes into your lifestyle, into your principles to get yourself and be an honest person, because a dead Shen can reflect multiple things. It can also reflect that you're bearing a very heavy heart and you're not expressing yourself out. Unfortunately, the space of the memory card ran out, but I'll continue from the place where I left. So if I focus clearly on the Shen component, here it definitely indicates that that the principles of morality, the principles of honesty, the principles of living the ethical life may have been compromised. And because your Shen reflects the energy of your fire element, which thereby indicates how your current emotional state can be. And if you're into activities which is not so moral in nature, it has an impression on the mind and thereby it has an impression on the heart. And because your Shen reflects the condition of your current emotional state, which is represented by how your heart is in terms of openness, a dead Shen can indicate that it needs to be a change that you need to make. And because he's quite famous in doing notorious deeds, it is quite reflective in the eyes part, right? So Shen is one of the most important component to see when you are seeing people and when you're observing how their current emotional state is. The third parameter that I have chosen here is cheek padding. And here you can observe that there is significant level of cheek padding. There is flesh on the face, but if you clearly observe, the flesh is not pretty soft. It is kind of giving you a hardened flesh, right? It's not a softy flesh, it's a hardened flesh. And when that happens, it kind of indicates in you a sense of being overprotective in life, or being a little rigid in how you operate. And that is something which you may have observed hearing about his lifestyle and how he is. The other aspect that I want to share about is the look on the hairline. And if you look at the hairline here on his part, it is quite an irregular hairline that you could see, right? There is irregularity in the hairline. When that irregularity happens, it can indicate that the aspect of teenage has been filled with turbulences or difficulties, because he was also the child of a leader and he has had to go through a lot growing up. The irregularities can reflect the kind of difficulties that he has gone through. In face reading, the aspect of your hairline reflects how your teenage can be. And going from that, I would like you to go into watching his ears, the left part of it that you could see inside this image. And if I focus, this is the left ear, and if you observe here, these are the little bumps on the earline, right? On the rim of the ear, you could focus the bumps here. And in face reading terms, your left ear for the male person starts giving the aspect of 0 to 7 years, right? So your left ear contains 0 to 7 years of age, and you can separate the ear length by one index finger. Like 0 to 1 is this particular part, then 1 to 2 is this particular part. And if you observe his bumps here, it can indicate a significant tougher period in that 1 to 2 year or 2 to 3 year of age. That is something which you can ask when you connect with a person, but bumps are usually associated, or a notch is usually associated with a tough time that a person has gone through in that particular age. The last aspect that I want you to focus here is the difference between the left versus the right eye. And this is one of the clear-cut differences that you'll observe in people. The left part of the face, which here is this one, versus the right half of the face. And if you observe the eyes here, you could observe that the opening of the left part of his eye is more than the right part of the eye, and right part of your face indicates how you want to be viewed publicly. And when the eyes on the right, that is this particular side, is open less, it can indicate that you're scrutinizing more in detail, and in public life you may be more watchful, and that he's very much. And in the personal space, he can be a lot more open, maybe with his friends or his wife, right? So that is a clear reflector that in the public part of his life, he can be pretty tough. He can appear to be scrutinizing, but on the private side, he can be a lot more open, because how much the part of your black is visible in the eyes can very much tell how open your heart is in terms of expressiveness, right? So you could observe that the blacks are visible more here and it is less here. And if you divide the face into two halves, where the right part of the face can tell about how you are viewed publicly, and the left part can indicate how you're viewed privately, it indicates a clear-cut difference, right? You'll observe in people who are celebrities, who are in top positions, that because they are different in public space versus the private space, you could observe features being different on the left part versus the right part. Also, if you observe one more thing on the left part of the face, that there is one particular line here, and in general, because right brain governs the left part of your face, which is more feelings oriented, so you'll observe that lines can be more on the left side of the face versus the right side of the face, because right brain governs the left part of your body and thereby the left part of your face. And because feelings is associated with creating more transformation on your face, so you'll observe more lines on the face on the left half, right? So that is pretty much it for this particular video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If yes, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends whom you feel it can help. Also, if you wish to get your face reading, you can head over to my website chehraspeaks.com, the details of which I'll share in the description, and you can march to see what sorts of readings do I offer. So bye for now, take care. This is Nitesh signing off.